Hey guys, Philosopher here. Today we've got another big Alliance War attack, and this time we're taking on a 739k Sinister 6 with a G15 6 red Doc Ock. This is a war we have against Legion Black. It's a massive punch up, 119 million. So I gotta fix that matchmaking Fox deck. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this opportunity to record some war attacks for you and show you exactly how they work. So this is going to be a punch up with a symbiote team with the armory bonus. It's actually quite large. I've got three of them at G15. This is Symbiote Spider-Man, Scream, and Anti-Venom. And then we have two at G14, Venom and Carnage. And basically the goal here, the reason this matchup, this works, is essentially there's going to be some summons, right? There's going to be Electro that's going to come out from Doc Ock. Usually there's Mysterio here. He's also a summon that you can take on and get some speed bar. That's really what gets the symbiotes going. The other thing is with Doc Ock, there are all sorts of ways where you can disable Doc Ock, and they don't really have good removal of debuffs. The only removal that they have, it comes from Rhino here, who with this special can remove one debuff. But he's pretty slow. It's not really going to happen other than that one time in the match. So you could just load this team up with debuffs and do very well. Obviously, you need to understand the fight well enough to be able to make sure that you're ready for the swarm bleeds that are coming. That, I think, is a little bit of the challenge of this attack. But otherwise, I think you could do pretty well with it. The attack order is going to be Shocker first. Then you're going to attack Vulture next, because he's got the lowest health here. If this was Mysterio, you'd be attacking Mysterio because Mysterio's low health and then he generates more summons. So this is going to be a little bit harder than usual, but I think the fight should go okay. I don't really foresee this being too difficult of a fight, but you never know. Obviously, with Doc Ock, anything is possible. You definitely want to use your heal block from Venom to make sure that that doesn't happen. Yeah, people I think might be wondering too, why is there a Vulture on this team? And I really think it's just because he brought this up for DD4. That's my prediction here. Vulture is very cheap. Mysterio, though, I think is a lot better for your team. So when you're on defense, the setup of having Rhino next to Doc Ock and Electro is a good one because he does have that little bit of a cleanse. But you probably don't want to use Vulture. I would use Mysterio and I would use Swarm. That's the team that I think is the best for defense. But obviously, a lot of respect to this alliance and everything that they've accomplished because there's certainly a high TCP alliance. What we're trying to do here, though, is show you guys so you can learn from this that even at a high level, Sinister 6 can be countered. I know that when they're built up really big, they can be very tough, especially those Doc Ocks. But, a lot of times now people are having trouble finding the right thing to use their symbiotes on because as Guardians are off of defense. So this gives you an opportunity to have a team that you can use your symbiotes against and be, pretty reliably effective. Even though, or, you might not think of this as a team that ordinarily you'd go after with the symbiotes. Okay, so there's a slow. And there's our Shocker. There's our friend. Okay. So what you do, just like you would do with Asgardians, we're using the special there. We're going to... All right, we're going to... So I use the ultimate here from Carnage. Now that got us the speed bar we need. Doing this got us to speed up. Now we're going to try to put the ability block on Doc Ock, and that worked. All right. That's really good. Now we're going to turn rewind. And by the way, unfortunately for them, they don't have this setup right. They have the Rhino not next to Doc Ock. That's a real problem for them. We're going to try to spread this ability block a little bit. And now we're going to extend. And now that's a real major problem here. And I'm going to spread the ability block there. So I was going to work on Vulture, but because of where this is set up, I think I'm going to work on her first. And then I think we can stun the Doc Ock too. I mean, why not? As you can see, it's basically game over for them at this point. Now we'll go after our friend Vulture. He's really weak. He doesn't have a lot of health. We get some speed bar there. And away we go. I will say that, I could have used the special on anti-venom, but it's just really not necessary, right? This fight is trivial at this point. No problem. I'm ignoring Doc Ock because literally he's ability blocked. He's got almost no health. He's heal blocked. I really should have just done the execute ability there, done the special. It doesn't matter though. Easy win, right? No problem whatsoever. Trivial win. And this is something you could do at any level. So I'm showing you this works at the highest levels. It's even better when they put Mysterio there because Mysterio generates a couple summons. It's really not a hard fight. And let me go right now to my T4s. I'll just show you exactly what my team looks like. So you guys can see how I've set up my team, what T4s I think are necessary for this team. I know a lot of you are still working on and gearing up your symbiote. So let's just go really quickly right there. And I'm going to show you that now just so you can see exactly what you need. And I'll also talk a little bit about ISO before we go here. So if we go to the symbiote team, it's a team I know a lot of you have worked on. It's a pretty common team, right, at this point. Symbiote Spider-Man should have T4 all. The least important, I would say, is probably the special, but I think they're all very, very important. The Anti-Venom, I also have T4 on all. I think he's just an amazing character. Scream, I think you don't need the passive. I just don't think she needs the extra healing, but I think all the other three are necessary. Venom, I really don't think you need T4s. This one is very good, I think, in terms of upping the damage on the bleeds. Not really necessary, though. I did this back when there was no ISO. Don't think that the passive is necessary. And then for Carnage, I like having the basic. Obviously, the passive is an absolute must. It may be the most important one for the symbiotes, but the basic is nice just because I use it a lot. Nowadays, starting over, I probably wouldn't do it. This is my ISO setup here. What I would just say is that I do have her as Fortifier, and I prefer that a little bit because if I have her as Striker, she's the highest damage, and in certain situations, that means she gets attacked, like when I'm going up against a Coulson Inhumans team. But overall, this is the ISO setup I would suggest for the team as well. All right, if you like this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and then below, go to our Discord. We have lots of great conversations discussing, how to succeed in the game and how to build your roster better. And go to our Twitch stream as well.